Our office is on the ground floor, and we met Dr. Michelin coming in and out of the building. Not really sure what he did, but we knew he was a doctor of chiropractic care. And so one day, I play a lot of tennis, and one day I started to feel stiff in my lower back, and so I decided, let me go talk to him to see if there's something that he can do, about loosening up my lower back. And he went through sort of an entire explanation of the process he goes through, and how first, before he could even touch me, he had to take some x-rays and understand what my body was actually doing, what my spine was actually doing, because the last thing he wanted to do is go in there and start adjusting without realizing, what's actually going on. And so once he explained that entire process, I thought about it, and then I decided, well, I said, I've played tennis most of my life, and now that I'm getting older, I need to start considering, maybe possibly doing other things to help so that I can continue playing tennis. And so I thought about it, went back into his office, and I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and try this. And he said, okay, great. So we went through the process of the initial evaluation so he could understand my spine and everything that's going on in there. And then he started the process, and he explained that he works from the atlas down, and so he said it's a process to try to get better alignment in my body, and eventually the lower back would loosen up and I would feel better. And honestly speaking, I started it a little skeptical, but eventually, obviously, it's been 2 years now, and I'm still coming to him. And actually, I like the way I feel after I see him. And it's funny because sometimes I say, "Can you just keep going?" It's one of those things. But he has helped me, and I've continued to play tennis, and I feel really comfortable coming in here in the event that I've twisted my back or done something. I feel like he knows what's going on with my back, and he can help me with those adjustments. Having the time to sit down and have him discuss and explain what the process is, it helped me understand, and it actually made a lot of sense to me, because one of the explanations that he gave to me was, think about an automobile. Do you drive an automobile forever without maintaining it? And the answer is no, obviously, otherwise it would break down. He says the human body is very similar, and if you don't maintain it, then something's going to break down. And as we grow older, and we want to continue to be active, our spine, there's a lot of wear and tear on our spine, and maintaining it is very important to continue those activities. And so the skepticism came from, growing up, regular medical doctors, who either think of surgery or think of medication. That's sort of indoctrinated here in this country, simply because that's, the only system we really knew, and I knew growing up. And so the skepticism came from, well, okay, so how is he going to help me without medication or without surgery if something's wrong with me, or if I'm feeling pain, isn't there something that has to be done? And the reality is he is doing it. It's just an adjustment, and it's helping me be as aligned as I possibly can, given my conditions. And the result is, if I feel better, that's usually a pretty good indicator that something's working. If you're feeling pain related to your spine, related to your joints, Dr. Michelin will evaluate it and make an adjustment and help you out, in all seriousness. That's the best thing. Really, it's those results that are going to make you believe and lose your skepticism. And in general, I know a lot of people who see a lot of different chiropractors. And I haven't studied the variety of chiropractic care, but what I do know and what does make sense is starting at the atlas and working your way down so that everything falls into place makes a lot of sense, and it works for me.